Welcome to Courage on the Rocks, a space where stories flow like a good glass of whiskey. We're two best friends pulling back the curtain on all the conversations that usually happen behind closed doors.
From grief and love to dating, friendship, motherhood, and all the chaos of life in your 30s. We're diving into it all with honesty, humor, and a splash of courage.
This podcast is about real stories, ours, yours, and the incredible people we'll meet along the way. Whether you're here for inspiration, a fresh perspective, or just to hear from someone who gets it, we're glad you're with us.
So grab your favorite drink, hit play, and join us as we navigate the highs, the lows, and everything in between, one episode at a time. Oh, so much dog hair. Another week.
Another week, another pair of leggings covered in dog fur.
Right, dog fur, cat, everything.
Pretty much. Another cheers to having courage.
Having courage.
Speaking of courage, I think being a mom and motherhood is all about having courage.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You're kind of stepping into that. Have you already felt yourself like pulling on that courage lever?
Courage lever of it.
Lever.
Courage level of it. I think so. I feel like every time I'm exposed or have a thought or have an idea, it's like it's not just me anymore. You know, it's like I'm not making these choices of just for me or just for Chris or for our dog. But like it's gonna have impact. It's gonna have what I'm doing to myself and what I'm putting on myself is also gonna, affect this baby. Yes. So that I think takes a lot of courage and being very intentional about that and very willing to risk it.
Yeah, motherhood is super intentional, I think.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because you just, a few weeks ago, you did your gender reveal.
Yeah.
Which was a girl.
It's a girl. Yay. Yeah. So I think this episode we want to talk about all that motherhood, like introduction of it or like.
Well, it's like now you know the sex, like what now?
What now?
What changed
now?
Once you knew the sex?
Oh, yeah. That was the biggest thing. It was just nothing could have been completed or no final decision.
How do you move forward?
Yeah. How do you move forward without the knowledge of it? Yeah. And I think that for us was our stopping point of we can't really make these choices or do things to rooms or make name decisions and choices without knowing the sex. I think that was important for us.
Paused, right? Yeah, kind of interesting because it's like, how do people do this? Well, okay, you know how people do it. If they choose not to find out the sex, it's yellow and green. Yeah. Right? Like those are the colors and everything is neutral and that's how you move forward.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're a different type of human if you can move forward without knowing that, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it alleviated some of the anxiety or?
I think a little bit. I think for Chris and I, it was also, I think, important for him to know because I think being a girl dad and a girl mom, our minds have to have time to shape about what's about to happen.
Yeah.
What raising a girl in this climate, in this environment, and things to prepare for and conversations you're going to have and things you just worry a little bit more about.
Yeah.
And I think before this knowledge, it was, for me, it was I thought it was going to be a boy. I genuinely thought. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a boy. And I was the different types of the conversations and boys' environment and development and all of this was going to be different. So when I saw that I was pink, I think my brain was now okay, now shifted of other conversations that you talk about with when you're raising girls.
What?
It's odd because it's safety of herself and of her stepping into this world of with courage and trying to be that example for her, because I know all of these videos will be archived somewhere and our kids and the more kids that we have are going to be witnessing of the choices that we make and the things that we say and the things that we decide to share. And I want her to feel proud about that, but also her to witness how confident that we are at the time when we're in our lives, and saying no to things, and taking the stigma away from certain things as well, and like being able to have the courage to stand up for herself, you know. So like that's going on in my head currently now, like raising a girl, you know. And I love it, and I see it from my niece, and she's just a sweet girl, and she's just, you know, she has no fear of like she can say and do things, and just loving life. And I just want and hope that continues as she grows up, you know, and like learning how to navigate that, you know.
I agree. I feel like every little baby, you know, all the kids are just so different, right? It's like some might be more, your girl might be more timid in the beginning, and then she just like blossoms and explodes, right? And maybe she starts off as not being timid, but then she becomes more timid. You know, I think like it's hard to navigate, like if we do this thing now, it doesn't mean she's gonna be like that in 10 years. It's like the constant like focus and attentiveness towards that thing, structure and stability and maintenance of it, right? That then helps them, you know.
And I think it's beautiful because when Chris and I made that book, he was really intentional about not really writing into it yet till he knew the sex. And I think for him as like a girl dad now, like that's gonna have to sink into him, like how what his role is gonna be like raising a daughter. And
the roles switch, like so when you're like, oh, I'm gonna be a girl mom or I'm gonna be a boy mom, those feel different. Those are different things, you know.
And as much as some people say like we try not to be one or the other, or like try to be gender neutral and stuff, I don't think we live in an environment in which that is safe, and that is
like, I agree.
That is the
I agree.
In a place where they are able to express that in a
well, it also like it goes against like what's natural, like so like before I had Leo, I thought you know, is our you know, boys being boys and girls being girls, or those behaviors that like are taught to them, or like are they born like that, like how are they naturally, right? And then my sister and I had children at the exact same time. They're literally 3 months apart. She had a girl, I had a boy, and it was so clear to me just how natural it is, and in many ways hormonal, naturally hormonal, that boys act the way they act and little girls act the way they act, right? And like now that I'm a boy mom, that is not the same as being a girl mom. I would want to parent the same as being a girl mom, right? Because my son isn't a girl, he doesn't behave like one, right? Like girls can literally, like you've seen Natalie, like they can literally sit there and be patient and just draw and doodle for hours, right? Leo is not that way. He's probably honestly one of the most energetic kids we have ever met in our lives.
And we love it.
But like needs are different, and you go based off your kids' needs. You know?
And I think also like the environment in which you're raising them as well is so important. Like you have you created this beautiful, loving, him to be exactly who he wants to be, expressive. Like, and it's okay for him. There's no shame in like you're being too loud, or there's no shame in you're like, no, don't. That's not what boys do.
You're
like,
too much.
You're too much. You're being too much. No, it's like it's the acknowledgement. Like, okay, what are you feeling? How are you ground? Like, how can I ground you back? And those teaching skills.
It's having those teaching skills for the child that you create, and however they're going to be with you, you respond to them and their needs, right?
Exactly.
There's no like handbook that's going to like be written that tells you, okay, you got baby, here's everything you need to know. It doesn't work like that.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I have like 3 books on like, one, it's what to expect when you're expecting, and I'm reading through that, I'm like, that's not what I'm expecting, and that's not what I'm going through. And like there's so much contradiction of like, and I feel like that book is very much like, this is what society's expectation is. Like this is what is expected of you. Like when you're going through that. And then there was that other book, the data driven one, where I was just like, that kind of gave me a little bit of scare because of so much data and research on like making these choices. And at the time I didn't know like if it was boy or girl. So like there was a whole section on like circumcisions and like whether to do it or not to do it, and like have all of these data and graphs. And I was just like, I have to make this ultimate decision if I have a boy, and like I can change like and alter his future based on that. Like that's the kind of pressure I was putting on myself when I was reading that. And I was like, that's such bullshit. Like
and
I can't believe I'm like
black and white.
Yeah, it was. It was very much black and white. So like I had to stop. Like, okay, that's not the book for me. And then there was other books that I've been like connecting with and reading with. It's just you don't really know until like this child's here and like you're learning it. You have a partner, and I have an amazing partner who's going to be going through it with me, you know, and I have a community and like that I can reach out to and say like, girl moms, like help me, or like just in general, here's an infant baby. What do I do with an infant?
It's crying.
It's crying. I don't know, like feeding, changing, all that. Like it's just it's a lot.
It is a lot. And I think also like finding out that it's a girl, right, is like, did that do anything to you? I think you mentioned a little bit about it, of like your mindset of like, oh, but I am one, right? And then like now I need to not just be me, but be an even better version of me. So then I role model in the way that like they're proud of. And then like they can follow my footsteps, kind of a thing, right? Was there more pressure on you?
It wasn't. I don't know if there was more pressure on me, but it was more like, this child is a girl who's now half of me, and like and also like one of the other things, the biggest one, is when I went to a doctor, I didn't have like genetic information, you know, about myself.
That's true.
So that was really hard for me to understand and grasp, like trying to navigate a world in which I don't know much about me, and like I'm about to bring in a child who has just as much as information as what I was given. So like that was hard too, to read that information, like genetics and like what the child has and doesn't have, and like it's all negative. It's a healthy baby right now. But like at the time I didn't know how to read something like that. You know?
And it's so interesting because so many, the average person knows their background. They know, okay, I live with this, my partner lives with this is genetically what's in our background. We have a general understanding that all should be good, right? Whereas with you had an entire half that you had no idea what could be passed down, right?
So I think that part of it was a little bit nervous, realizing like, okay, now this child's half of me, like what am I giving biologically, what am I setting this child up for? You know, and it was interesting because on the very first appointment, the doctor was like, do you have this and this and this? And I'm just like, I'm going to say no to everything because I don't know. And like, I don't know how many times I had to tell him. And that's like, I also was like, I want a different doctor because like, I need someone to realize like,
that's how I feel about you. New doctor.
I was like, I don't know. I'm adopted. Like, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say no to, I don't know. You know, to those kind of things. But I was a little nervous. I think I'm like warming up to it. Chris and I are warming up to it. We're excited. I'm excited a little bit as well. I know my parents are, and our families are excited. And also just like society is so much easier to shop for a girl.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. I was at Target getting 4th of July stuff for my nieces and nephew, and I have Leos as well. And it was so hard to find boy things. There's like this one itty bitty section for the entire boys, like from infant all the way up to like elementary level was just boys right here, and then the rest of the store was wide open for girls, which is kind of scary because like that's a lot of options and choices, and like pressure for girls to dress a certain way, and and it was predominantly, I would say like 80% of it was just all pink. It was like just pink stuff and flower stuff, and like, which is great. Like I love those.
Pink, cool.
I like pink. I like flowers and stuff, but I was like, that choice was different. And then like for the boys, and it's very small, it was like either monster trucks or dinosaurs or Bluey. There wasn't much choice. And there was like 1 or 2 outfits of things, and I was just like,
it's either like a collared shirt that has buttons, or it's just a regular t-shirt, and then a pair of shorts.
There was like no creativity with it.
No. done.
Yeah. Which was like kind of sad because there were some things in girl world of the shopping where like, is that really girl clothes? Like, I mean, if you put it on a boy, how would you really know?
The neutral stuff,
yeah, the neutral stuff. Even the neutral stuff alone, though, is like, if a boy was wearing that, I think some people would question it.
You know? Well, I mean, like Leo had long hair for his entire life, and yet society was like, "Oh, your little girl's so cute." He's clearly a boy. Like he looks like a boy. His clothes scream boy. He's dirty like a boy, right? He's loud like a boy, right? But
yeah. So, but yeah, it's interesting now the options and choices that Chris and I will be faced with.
Speaking of options and choices, how are you guys feeling about the whole concept of picking a name for a human being that they're going to have for eternity?
This is a contentious topic because my little sister, Samaya, she wants to know so badly the name.
And we're going to reveal it right now, Samaya.
Yeah, ready? Da-da-da.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. No, we would never. No, that was the one area Chris and I are very, very solid on. We are not revealing. Because, like, I think what we're alluding to is names have weight to them.
Yeah.
An identity to them. And it's complicated because names can also be judged.
Oh, 100%.
So quickly, like
immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna name her that?
That, yeah. They're gonna,
yeah, I am.
That's her name, and or like at the time, like that was his name, and I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be around that. I want us genuinely sit with it, and we do have a list with a couple of choices, but I want us to love it. I want us to. We chose it because we love our kid. This is what our kid's name is. But it was hard, like going through it, finding names, finding some. And as a teacher, it was also really hard. Yeah. I was telling Chris, he was like giving some suggestions and idea. What about this and this? I was like, no, I had a kid like that, and I don't want to associate that name to our child because I don't want to say or slip out anything that like, oh, I had a student named this name as well. Yeah, like, that's not fair on the child as well. So
I agree.
I also love like vintage names or names that have multiple meanings or so we've been looking for something like that as well. So names are hard, but it's there. I think the closest thing we have is also trying to decide on our last names.
Oh,
and I think because of our unique situation, which is we're not married yet, Chris. We're not married yet. We last names. What to decide for her last name? Like I am growing this child. Will be raising this child, half raising it with my partner. So we're just deciding like. I think last names are important to come from both sides, and I think like, last names are important. So we're just deciding like, okay, how do I fit in? Because my last name is 2 names and it's hyphenated, and he has 2 last names, but he only goes by one of them as well. And we don't want to give our poor child 4 last names either.
No, that would be a lot.
That would be a lot, and that would be borderline
abuse. Are your parents? So your last name is that your mom and your dad's?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. Because I was going to say, so say you give them your both last names, they have 2 last names, right? And then they go off and get married. They're in a similar situation you're in now where they have 2 last names from their side. Well, plus the third from the dad. They have 3 now, right? Potentially, right? Like, that's a big one, right?
It is.
I have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
When Chris proposes to you, when you do get married, did you want to take his last name?
I'm not sure. Still a conversation we've talked about and having. My only hesitation for it is because the last name that I have right now, I cherish it for many reasons. One, like, I want to honor both my parents who I didn't have a last name when I was gifted this name. And, like, it holds a lot of meaning to have both my mom and my dad's last name.
Yeah.
I graduated college with this last name. I have a job and career using this last name, like paperwork. And also, it's hard because in the climate that we're in right now, you need so much more proof if you change your names when it comes to like voting and rights. And I don't want to be put in a position in which I have to prove certain things with last name just because I do a name change. I have to walk around with a birth certificate just to do certain things.
I don't think it's that hard. I think you're dramatizing that a
No,
little bit.
It's funny because you say that, but there are some states in which you have to have that. You have to have those kind of things, and not Either way, I'm not sure yet.
I definitely think it's something to think heavily on.
Yeah.
Right, for a while. I find it so interesting because, like, in this entire conversation, like, you and I are best friends, but like I did things very differently than you did, right? So like, you waited to announce baby. We waited an hour to announce baby. Literally, we got our family together and told each other almost immediately, right? And then like you are waiting to reveal the name, whereas we revealed the name the moment that we knew the sex. Right? We just, here it is. Take it or leave it, buddies. Right? So I find it funny. And then like we're talking about name changes. I never changed my name. Right? But I wish I had. But primarily because I want my son to have the same name as me, and I don't, because he has his dad's name, but I didn't take his dad's name, so now we're not, but his dad's gone. So like I feel like there's a disconnect there. Right? Whereas you're like, okay, does he take my name? Or does he take dad's name? Or is it a little bit of both? And then if it is a little both, does he get 3 last names? Right? Or she get 3 last names, right? And then when she gets married, does she get a 4th, or does she toss all of your names out? Right?
Toss it all and get her.
But she can't be mad about that.
Yeah, I can't, because that's her autonomy and her choice.
That's her choice. So it's like, it
is a lot. And I think it is like going through it and seeing like the decision choices that you guys had made as well. Like it was like the fact that you guys were married as well. I think that was super beneficial and helpful for your situation at the time.
Well, you already had, when you get married, you have to make that decision.
Yeah,
so
you
have baby
that
comes,
choice. That choice
naturally they're gonna take what you guys already decided.
Yeah, and Leo's name also is really
very
personal.
Symbolic.
Yeah, it's very symbolic. So like you had already known like when the minute it was a boy, it was like there was no doubt like Leo.
This is it.
That was the name for Leo.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're not in that situation yet. Well, I don't think we would, because there's quite a few names in all of our families we want, but we don't want that connection as well, because we don't want to put that pressure on our little daughter as well. But it's hard. I think me would say just scratch it all, just take his name. Like that would, the simplified version of it would be, our daughter would have his last name, and when we get married, I would have my last name.
What's
and then
his name?
Renteria Estrada is his last name. But and that would be like, if our daughter had that name, that would be her name. And then like if I change, we got married, that would be my name as well. That would be the simple way, and then whatever consequences, everything else, we would just follow along with it. But it's still up in the air. It's still,
I could say like Renteria, Ruggieri Vesey. Like that sounds good. It flows.
Yeah, still a lot though.
Well, she's barely gonna be able to say her first name anyway, so it doesn't matter.
We don't know yet. We'll see. We're still playing around with it, and we'll make that choice.
I think it's gonna be fine as long as you don't name her like Moon or Sunshine or
Blue.
Princess.
Princess. Yeah, no princess, no angel.
Strawberry.
No.
If you just stay away from super names, I think it's gonna be a success.
Oh yeah. No Candy allowed.
Oh,
poor Candy.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's really just fine.
Yeah, we're excited. We're throwing out names, but it's really easy. It's one of those like super easy, like Veto. I mean, you probably had that when you were thinking of names and stuff. Like, nope, that's a definite no.
Yeah, a lot of those are no's.
Yeah. It's hard. Like, but you talked about yours. Like Leo was a given. Was there at any point where you had to choose a girl name and like?
Oh, we had a girl name chosen.
You already had one?
Yeah, it was like, it's still like in my head of like, oh, I would have loved that. Like it was so beautiful. Or I had like come home one day, he's like, oh, he like made a name. Like it wasn't a name you hear from anyone else. It was a name that he's like, what do you think of this? And he like Hispanified it. Like, yeah.
And wait, are you, can you share it? Or
I'm hesitant because like there's a part of me that's like, oh, like always wanted to share it because no one knows.
Yeah.
But then there was a part of me like, oh, but what if I had a girl? But then I'm like, yeah, but my partner's not gonna want a name that my deceased partner had.
That's a really good point.
Right? That you know what I'm saying? So like, there's no world in which I get to have. Makes me sad actually. Yeah. There's no world in which I get to have that.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, so I'll share it.
Yeah.
So it was gonna be Luema Rose, but Luema as Luema. You put your little accent in there.
Luema.
Luema. Luema Rose. Yeah.
Luema Rose. Oh.
Yeah. So I thought like, and if it was a girl, that's what she was gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that wasn't.
Where's Rose come from? Yeah.
Rose is from Rose, my
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, I just was so impacted by her, and she was like such a beautiful woman of like following God and just like not being judgmental with anybody, but like trusting in the process and like just genuine and kind and loving. Rose was I forget what she's called, but like basically when I went to become Catholic, I couldn't do like the regular RICA because I was in grad school, so she would meet with me like every Sunday at this cute little coffee bakery. We would have our tea and we would just talk about God and religion and life for like a good 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I became Catholic and moved here.
Yeah.
And even like she was even like around like on the day we buried Jorge, she came by with a huge thing of scones and cinnamon rolls just to make sure I was fed. And like the morning before like we went into the cemetery, she just sat with me and just like held that space for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where Rose came from.
Oh, I love that one. Oh.
Yeah, so there's that.
That's a really good one. Chris, did you hear that one? I mean, you may not get it for yourself.
Yeah, but don't make process. This is too heavy. It's the weight of the name is too heavy.
Right. Like that is a good one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
I thought it was really beautiful.
It was.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I like it.
Well, I'm excited to hear, in what is it, 6 months or whatever.
Yeah. 6 months. Christmas time will reveal.
I know, it's so exciting because she's due in December. Leo was born in December. They're gonna be like, it's just a month, like slightly different. He was December 2nd. She's December 26th. Is the due date?
20th.
20th. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to not have a Christmas this year and
No, she does not get Christmas. She'll be having Christmas with me.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And we're okay with that too. Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Yeah. And
cheers to motherhood.
Cheers to motherhood.
Yay. Thanks for tuning into Courage on the Rocks.
Until next time, hold on to your courage and we'll see you soon. Cheers!